Greetings, royal family, and welcome to another message by the Honorable Yahweh Beit Nun Sophie Yahweh. Now, royal family, this message was taught many years ago by the Honorable Yahweh and is being presented to you today by Yahweh's royal priesthood. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Visit us at Yahweh's royal priesthood, www.yahweh144000.com. And also, royal family, join us at the University of Yahweh, where classes are designed for the Godhead. Visit us at www.universityofyahweh.org. Also, royal family, listen to our weekly podcasts by the University of Yahweh, found on most podcast platforms. We look forward to you being there as well. Enjoy, royal family.
Tonight, I'm going to do something totally different from what I had normally planned to do and bring to your attention that Yahweh Bet Nun Sophie Yahweh is the Savior, the Messiah, the central theme of Genesis. And of course, I must take you to Luke chapter 24, verses 25 and verse 27 before I begin this, because this is the background and the foundation of what I feel inclined to share with you tonight. Luke chapter 24, verses 25. O fools and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Ought not Yahweh ben Yahweh to have suffered these things and to enter into his glory? And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, I'm expounding unto you in all the scriptures the things concerning myself. So this is coming true for you through Yahweh Bet Nun Sophie Yahweh. Again, if you're slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken, then you'll miss what I'm bringing to you tonight, how Yahweh Bet Nun Sophie Yahweh begins right at Genesis, and I move all the way through Revelations, which proves I come in the volume of the book. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. I hope your pencils and paper are out, or you're fast moving through the scriptures, or you get this tape, or you get this transcript. So you'll want to get these transcripts as a part of your library. They're an essential, indispensable part of your library. Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God, Yahweh. So that's what's going on, and I'm starting, just as Luke 24 tells you, I'm starting at Genesis. And at this time, I'm going with Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. So understand that Genesis moves from the general to the specific in its messianic predictions. And you must understand tonight that Yahweh Bet Nun Sophie Yahweh is the seed of the woman of Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. I am the seed of the woman, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So we can look up enmity, and we'll come to a better understanding of just what it is between these two seeds. Now, of course, we're talking about enmity between me and the woman, between thy seed and her seed. So it's though both come through the woman in some instances, you're talking about two different seeds that are being born through her. Now, enmity means animosity. There's going to be animosity. Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophie, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, and the seed of Lucifer, who is Cain and his descendants, who are also known as the God of this world, the Prince of this world. And that's what's being played out in this trial. That's exactly what's being played out in this trial of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophie, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh here in Fort Lauderdale. This enmity also means animus or hostility. You can see the hostility that's headed toward the nation of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. Enmity means hatred, dislike, unfriendliness, malignity, male violence, and malice. You find this enmity coming from the seed of Lucifer, Cain, and their descendants is that of spite and venom and grudge. You'll find this enmity coming from the seed of Lucifer, as Cain expressed it by killing and murdering Abel. Also translates into ill will and rancor, acrimony. You'll find the same hatred that Cain felt for Abel as the son of Lucifer manifests itself in their descendants today by their bitterness toward us, their hard feelings. We don't have to do anything to them except just exist, and they're full of antagonism. We don't have to say anything to them that's harsh. Just be kind and sweet to them, and they'll still show invidiousness and antipathy. We also, no matter how much love we show to the seed of Cain, who are the descendants of Lucifer, Cain, the murderer of our brother, our righteous brother, Abel, what they show us is bad blood. They have a natural aversion to us. For our good, they reward us evil. This is the fulfillment of what's happening to me. I have built a kingdom of good. And what do I get? Enmity in the form of alienation. Yes, estrangement. That's what it is. I get, they're contentious toward me. No matter how wonderful my works that you're witnesses to, this enmity is manifested through opposition. This opposition is through the seed of Cain. Every one of them, nationwide or worldwide. This is the enmity that was promised in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. The seed of Cain shows repugnance. They hold us as if we're repugnant in their eyesight. All of the righteous, they just hate the righteous. They hate those who are good. And every one of you have been experiencing that all of your life. If you're good, you have been experiencing this enmity, even if it's from your own family, born from the same womb, coming through the same loins as you come through. It's just there. I mean, people that you think are your brother because they're born of the same mother and father, and you find pure hatred in those families. I saw on television tonight during the news session that a man choked his wife to death because she had the television up too loud. I mean, can you imagine? This woman is gone because she had the TV up too loud. What a world this is under Lucifer, Cain, and their descendants. So understand here when we look at Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, just exactly who this is referring to. And Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh is talking to the serpent in verse 14 and said, because he has done this, he's cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. So therefore he has a beast mentality. He's not a human. He has a human form, but he is not of a human mindset. He has a beast-like mindset. So here I am in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, where I'm suffering this enmity and being bruised by the serpent. So let's go from here to Romans chapter 16, verse 20, which is a reference to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And Yahweh, the God of peace, shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. Are you reading that? Turn to it and look at it for yourself. Romans chapter 16, verse 20. I'm here to let you know that this is not going to last very long. This is not going to continue, this enmity. It's coming to an end. Notice, and Yahweh, the God of peace, shall bruise Satan under your feet soon. Now, that's why he's depicted as a serpent, crawling on his belly. That makes him in the dust. He is crawling on his belly means that there's something connected to his stomach that consumes him. He's always in touch with the dirt. It's two things. One is his appetite. In the meantime, turn to Philippians 3:19 while I continue to tell you about crawling on his belly. That's where his stomach is, where food. He just has an insatiable appetite to eat. Also is a sexual connection. He has an insatiable appetite for sex. He can't be satisfied. No matter how much he indulges, it's just a wild, all-consuming passion. He runs like something insane, totally out of his mind, 24 hours a day. When he can't continue, he just goes wild anyway. He just goes all off. I know you understand. I don't wish to get base as he already is. He's totally base, totally carnal, and he worships his belly. And that's his curse. That's a curse. To eat all day like a pig and never have enough. That's a curse. It's a curse to indulge in sex till you don't have anything, but you're still driven and can't stop, but there's nothing there, but you're just frustrated and you got this piggish appetite, but you're too full to take on anymore. I mean, it's insane. But that's his curse that he's under. And since he's the God of this world, guess what? He has taught you to take on this attitude. Isn't that amazing? He has infected the whole planet Earth with chain restaurants and gourmet food centers, trash food centers. It's just several per block. You go to any city, any town, it's just every corner is food, something to eat. That's to try to satisfy his curse. So he's given the lust of the flesh. So before I get to that, I gave you one just a moment ago, Philippians 3:19. Let's look at that for a second. Philippians chapter 3, verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. That's that curse that Lucifer, the serpent, the beast, Cain, and his descendants are under. Their belly is their God. They worship everything connected to their belly. And it's a pure curse. John chapter 2, verse 16. John chapter 2, verse 16. And it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, Yahweh, but is of the world. That takes care of all of the lusts. Materialism, food, insatiable sex appetites, everything that's carnal. Everything that the world goes for, sport, play, gambling, wine, song, entertainment. I mean, the world is just caught up in these things, and they don't have any peace. They don't have any peace whatsoever. But when we go back to Romans 16:20, let's take a notice of something here that you would ordinarily overlook in Romans 16:20, in bruising Satan. Let's read it again. And the God of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. So what is it that's really going to tear Satan up? Peace. Peace. So we want to take a look at that, which is just totally disruptive to Satan's kingdom. That's why I'm called the Prince of Peace in Isaiah 9:6. I come as the Prince of Peace. That just totally wipes out Satan's kingdom of his hatred and opposition and the things that I just shared with you a moment ago under enmity. Peace means I come to establish a warlessness, a non-war society, where there will be a lack of warfare, an absence of conflict, an absence of hostility. Now this is what I'm come to do. Now, look at what you are familiar with in your little short life, in what the God of this world is doing and has done, and is his history. Has it not been one of murder and killings since Cain? That's his society. This is not a new phenomenon. You think what you're experiencing with blood in the streets, destruction in the street, muggings and drugs and evil in the street, where the people that love peace are afraid to walk in their neighborhoods. The people of peace are afraid to walk the streets, go through the city without fear of violence upon their person. People are afraid to leave and then are afraid to go back inside their houses for fear that someone is in there lurking and waiting to do them harm. Afraid to go to bed at night, lest violent people come in while they're in their home where they would like to feel safe. Nothing but wars and rumors of wars. We found that in the day of Noah, the men thought evil continually. Genesis chapter 6. You find that men thought evil continually all the day long. So much so that Yahweh repented for having made man upon the earth. And he was sorry for having put them here and destroyed them, all but 8 people. But then this evil has multiplied all over the face of the earth to the point from 8 people have multiplied to 5 billion. That's B with the B as in boy. 5 billion people have come from 8. And look at what's going on in the earth. So that seed carried over from before the flood. Cain made it inside of the 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. In Noah's son, the seed of Cain was right there, in the scrotum, in the genes and chromosomes, good and bad. See, the tree that they ate from in the day of Adam and Eve, that tree of good and evil is within the woman. It's right there. So she brings forth both seeds from Cain and from Adam all together. Both seeds are brought right through the woman to this very day. And what do you see? Good and bad in the same families. Good and bad in the same community. Good and bad in the same country. Good and bad all over the earth. This is going on to this very moment. But the thing that's destructive to his kingdom, that will destroy him, is peace.